What's up, guys? Welcome back. We have another bait review, and this is kind of a two-parter. So the main bait I want to talk about is another bait from Berkley, and it's their bladed jig called the Slobberknocker. And the other one to go along with this, I had to get Berkley's bladed jig trailer. This is the Power Stinger. It's a really unique trailer. I'll get into that here in just a minute. But let's talk about the Slobberknocker. This is, again, Berkley's version of a bladed jig. Everybody knows about the jackhammer chatterbait. It's what I've thrown for years. I love the bait. Always caught fish on it. It's fantastic. I have almost no complaints about that bait. But since that bait has gotten hot, everybody knows that a lot of companies have tried to make their version of a bladed jig. There's a lot of good ones on the market, and this one I had to pick it up because of how different it is. And the main thing is the blade. If for you guys that don't understand, a bladed jig is just a standard lead head with a skirt, and you've got a metal blade on the front that when you reel it in, it just chatters back and forth. On Berkley's Slobberknocker, the blade is actually inside the head, almost like where you would put your line tie right here. It's really different. Okay, it's not like anything I've fished with, so I had to get it. The other thing, I'll be honest with you guys, I was very skeptical when this bait came out, and the reason for that is Berkley has scent to their soft plastic baits called matte scent, and I'm a huge fan of it. I've got a bunch of their matte scent, worms and creature baits and stuff like that. Huge fan of it. I believe in it. I'm all here for it. But the skirt that they have on the Slobberknocker is infused with matte scent. So I mean, you can smell it, and it's got a really unique smell. If any of y'all have ever opened the bag of matte scent, you know that smell right away. That's what the skirt smells like. So I had my doubts, because the way I look at it as a bladed jig or a swim jig or spinner bait, anything like that is a reaction bait. And to me, in my thought process is, you don't really need scent for a reaction bait, like a crankbait. We've never used, you know what I mean? We've never had to have scents for a crankbait or a topwater or a bladed jig or a spinnerbait, swim jig. So, I'm not knocking it, because this does catch fish without a doubt. But I haven't seen the full purpose of having a scented skirt on a bladed jig. Not saying it's a bad thing, not saying it's a good thing. I'm kind of in between on it. So don't let that deter you on purchasing this bait, because it's still a fantastic bait. With that being said, I'll take this trailer off here so you can see this hook. Berkley, if you guys haven't been around Berkley much, they've got Fusion 19 hooks, their treble hooks and their jig hooks. Fantastic. I am a huge fan of them. And this one comes with a really, really nice Berkley Fusion 19 hook in it. Really stout, super sharp. They have a really nice keeper system on there. I love it. I'm a huge fan of that part of this Slobberknocker. The components, the snap on it, really sturdy. Haven't had a problem with it. What's unique to me is, if you've thrown a jackhammer, you know how fast that is, and that thump. You just know the feel of that. It's a real quick rattle to it. This one, to me, it's got the feel of more of a knocking feel. Not really it's almost hard to explain. It's not a real quick chatter to it. It's just a little bit slowed down, but it's got more of a knock, like a thump, like it's putting out more solid vibrations, if you would. versus some of the other brands. So I feel like this might get you more bites in some dirtier water because it is putting out a little bit more of a solid thump rather than just a real quick chatter. It's something that you're going to have to experience on your own, but you know right away when you throw this one versus that other one. And the sound that this one puts out is a deeper knocking sound, almost like with a rattle trap. You know, you've got rattle traps or a lipless crankbait that has that BB sound and feel to it versus one that's got a one knocker. That's kind of how I'm looking at the Slobberknocker versus the jackhammer. This is more like that solid thump sound and feel versus the rattling, real quick rattle sound to it. So it's really interesting, and I feel like there's going to be times that this is going to get more bites than a traditional chatterbait will. So I'm really, really interested to see how they're both going to play out. But I'm excited about it. I am a fan of it. The only quirk I have with it, like I said, is the max scent skirt. I still haven't figured out if that's gonna help me catch fish. I don't know yet. Still testing that one out. But to go along with this bait is Berkley's Power Stinger. This is the 4 1/4 inch, and if you can see that, it's just a real nice bait fish profile. It doesn't have a paddle tail, it's just got a standard, flat tail on them. But it's got like a honeycomb section. The front part is solid and the back half of the tail is a honeycomb. And what that allows it to do is flex really, really nice. And looking at this bait, it looks awesome. I mean, it's lifelike, has little eyes on it, the deal plates, even little indentions in the fin. It looks incredible. And I've always thrown the Yamamoto Seiko on my bladed jigs. Still love that trailer. But this, to me, the profile fits a lot better for a bladed jig, in my opinion, because that Seiko is a little bit taller in the belly part of it, and this one's just a little bit thinner. Looks fantastic. The honeycomb on the tail lets this bait just get back there and do whatever the blade's doing up front. And that's huge in a bladed jig, because you do not want a trailer that's gonna override the action of the blade. You want the blade to impede action on your trailer. And this trailer just does that. Whatever that blade's doing, this trailer just goes back there and just flows and has a really nice just bait fish, action to them. It's incredible, the action that honeycomb tail section has. So I am probably going to be switching all of my trailers over to this Berkley trailer. Incredible. They have really, really nice colors. That comes in 2 sizes, the 4 inch and a 3 inch. So you can mix match those, accordingly to whatever bladed jig you're using. Huge fan of those. So to wrap it up, I am a fan of the Slobberknocker. I think it is a great bladed jig. Definitely gonna have a place in your arsenal. Comment down below what you guys think about the max scent skirt. I know Berkley is putting this in a lot of theirs. I know that their new spinnerbait has the max scent skirt. I actually have not purchased that spinnerbait yet. I'm gonna have to get me one to try the spinnerbait out. But let me know what y'all think in the comments on the max scent skirt. Are you for it, against it? Are you like me and just don't really know where it fits in? Let me know below. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.